What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Derby Wormy. I'm coming at you with another video, and when it comes to Hoyoverse and chaos surrounding that game, it feels kind of like an unending barrage of bullcrap, honestly, because we've been seeing this stuff ramp up ever since the Nautilin expansion was first announced, and people decided, hey, you know what? We're going to start boycotting Hoyoverse. We're going to start boycotting this game because Nautilin characters were based off of Mesoamerican, the Polynesian, the Hawaiian areas, Africa, all this stuff, and none of them have melanin, blah, 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 blah. And they decided to do this massive boycott campaign. They got a bunch of voice actors involved, and ultimately, the boycott failed. Because we did end up discovering that the boycotters didn't really boycott the game. They were still playing the game. They were still engaging with the game. Their only workaround was, well, we're not spending money on the game, even though some of them were still spending money on the game. Ultimately, it was not a successful run, and it just kept blowing up in their faces. Genshin Impact has been seeing just massive success. Hoyoverse has been seeing massive success. And we have a brand new Hoyoverse drama that really goes to Hoyoverse has captured an audience that they don't really care about. So we come over here to Bound in the Comics. Western Zenless Zone Zero fans lose their minds after Hoyoverse debunks lesbian Caesar King headcanon. Now, again, whenever I talk about Hoyoverse or any of these games, I must tell you guys and inform you guys, I am not a fan of these games. I do not play these games. I'm no real plan to play these games. But when I see stuff like this, all I think is, why are you like this? Why is your fan base like this? Because I don't see you catering to them, but they always freak out at some of the most mundane things that show you that these weirdos and freaks on Twitter, Reddit, so on and so forth, if they don't get their way, they'll rage and freak out. And the correct response is always, just ignore them. But we come down here, shall we? The latest free-to-play title from China-based developer MiHoYo, Zenless Zone Zero, puts players in the shoes of one of two protagonists, either the male Wise or the female Belle, and tasks them with traveling to different dimensions known as hollows to eliminate the monstrous, world-threatening ethereals that reside within. Interesting concept. And like every MiHoYo game, rather than risking life and limb all alone, players who step up to the plate will find themselves teaming up with various party members recruited from across several different in-game factions. One such party member is Caesar King, the strong, green-haired leader of the Outring-based biker gang, the Sons of Clydon. And here she is, short hair, green hair, obviously isn't Gal, by the way, but, and it is thanks to her posting as the simple as a salad, straightforward, head of said gang that many Western fans, ironically enough, rely on the same gender and sexual stereotypes they claim to decry, have come to believe that Caesar has been a stoic butch lesbian. I'm just gonna stop you right there and just take a look at this chick. I don't read lesbianism in her at all. Just because she's a strong, independent character that is a leader of a faction of people, has shorter hair, doesn't mean you're immediately a lesbian. I don't get these people, but this is how these individuals work. This is how these individuals react. Whenever they see something that starts going towards more of their stereotypical belief structures, they immediately have to categorize it as gay, lesbian, trans, so on, so forth, racisms. Even if the character does not have anything else to do this other than maybe stereotypical character traits, they immediately have to categorize the person. They immediately have to shove the person in a box, and if they don't get their way, they freak out, rant, rave, and start attacking anybody and the company as a whole because you didn't cater to us. And by the way, when they actually do get what they want, maybe a trans character, maybe a gay character, so on and so forth, usually they don't like said character and immediately start freaking out and crying because it's not the character that is gay or trans. You gotta love the hypocrisy of this all. They always want their characters to be their way. But despite their fervent headcanoning, on September 25th, MiHoYo released a new music video to the official Zenless Zone Zero YouTube channel that brought their world crashing down. Accompanied by the love song written and performed by Chili Chili, the video shows off Caesar's romantic feminine side by depicting her as the heroine of a romance manga who eventually falls in love not with a woman, but rather the male player character Wise. And I watched this video, never gonna watch it again because it's not my cup of tea, by the way. They don't really pull back on the she's in love with Wise at all. It's like very quick in the thing, she's in love with the main male character. It's very easy to figure that out. Okay, so then why is this a big deal? Oh, because again, we're dealing with freaks on Twitter, Reddit, so on and so forth, that adhere to their ideology so much and honestly are kind of bigoted that the moment they see something that might fit into these stereotypical little lenses that they have portrayed on the world, they come out and say, no, I'm not that. They immediately cry and decry the thing and say that you're a bad person, you're homophobic, whatever, because you didn't give me my character to be the way I wanted them to be. While a majority of fans were excited to discover Caesar's romantic girly side, as well as witness the birth of a new ship, Western critics were losing their minds over what they perceived as Hoyoverse reducing their tough butch lesbian queen to a straight waifu. Well, I mean, I don't blame anybody for viewing her as a waifu. I mean, she has some very nice assets here. You know, she has a nice shield, a nice sword. I like her outfit. There's other very nice qualities about her. I mean, look at her hair. It's very, very wonderful. She seems like a good character. I wouldn't blame anybody for thinking that she's a wonderful waifu at all. Not one bit. But here's a few of them. The last 10 seconds of the trailer was unnecessary and really reduced how powerful of a character Caesar could be, but instead they reduced her to a waifu. Like, come on, she's straight. Ew. Homoverse, please. This isn't you. Delete. Way to ruining the character. Strong, badass woman scares some types of men, and Hoyo needs their money too. That's why the video exists, and I know some women will be disappointed at this too. I want you guys to realize this, okay? The sole fact that this character is straight means that now the straights are just gonna be jerking and gurking into it? No. She's still a good character. She's still a good person. You're just mad because she's straight. And, you know, you single out this one. She's straight. Ew. These people have such a disgusting mentality to anybody that isn't gay. They immediately hate them. They immediately despise them. They want to do awful things. And the moment you come out as being straight, they decry you and say you're a bad person. That's their own issues that they need to work out themselves, but you're seeing it just right here. This trailer may be my final straw with ZZZ after this Jane/Seth debacle. I'm going to state this. I'm no here to argue with anyone. I think she means not, but okay. If you like this straight cell pandering, good for you. I don't, and that's okay. We're allowed to have different opinions, but also KYS, which is keep yourself safe, but also just figure it out for yourself. I can't actually say this on YouTube, and to be quite frankly, you shouldn't be saying this at all anywhere, but you can see what they said there. They're not here for straight cell. What if we say gay cell? Because that's what you're coming off as. You're coming off as a gay cell. You're coming off as somebody that if they're not gay, you can't stroke your minge to it or beat your meat to it. No, it's just a character. It's a fictional character that they said, she's straight. Why do you always have to think this way? Why do you always have to act this way? But as you can see again, the moment they don't get the way they want it, the moment something that they've depicted in their head in a very bigoted and kind of stereotypical way, they immediately go to telling people to off themselves, to hurt themselves, because you didn't adhere to what I wanted you to adhere to, and you didn't make the character the way that I want you to make the character. It sucks to suck. last 10 seconds of the trailer was unnecessary, unneeded, and unwanted, and really reduces how powerful of a proxy Caesar could be. But instead, they reduced her to a waifu. Like, come on. Well, we already read that. But again, you can see this. But here's the thing. Boa Hancock, and this is taking it to a different direction, I know for a moment, but follow me here. Boa Hancock in One Piece. Wonderful, powerful character. Strong, independent, leader of a race of Amazons. Powerful Amazons. She's a warlord of the sea, queen of the sea. She can take anything she wants. She's super powerful, super strong, super tough, and she has the hots for Luffy. She's in love with Luffy. Every time Luffy comes on the scene, she immediately, her heart's racing. She's like, oh my God, I love this man so much. That doesn't stop her from being strong, because when the moment she looks at any other man that's not Luffy, she's like, I'm going to step on you and I'm going to make you suffer for daring to look at me. She's still strong. She's still powerful. And we'll take this to another thing. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood has a character by Hawkeye. Hawkeye is a fantastic female character. She has a really great love story connected to Mustang, who's another fantastic character. Mustang's a dude. Hawkeye. Honestly, Hawkeye would fit this very well, because Hawkeye is a strong leader, military chick that goes around with short hair the majority of the time, and she's straight. She would fall into all these categories. Kind of butch, very powerful, domineering. She's still a strong, powerful character. She's still this wonderful character. Still very sexy. There's a shower scene that's beautiful. You don't get to see a whole lot. You just see tattoos on her back, but she's a sexy person. Doesn't take away from her. Doesn't move the needle on her at all. She's still a strong, domineering character. Just because she's straight means nothing. Just because Boa Hancock is straight means nothing. Just because a character is straight and might have a love interest that they're like maybe very strong and domineering, but they have a love interest and a soft side, doesn't take away from their character. It actually builds on the character. And in fact, I'm gonna get it wrong. There's a stereotype in anime, and I know I'm gonna get this wrong. There's a stereotype in Japanese anime called yandere. Yandere is usually a character kind of depicted like Caesar King here, or King Caesar. Yeah, Caesar King. Very sexy, domineering, strong, headstrong. And yanderes have one character that they love. They will melt for, but they won't show it, okay? They're still gonna be like, you're stupid, I hate you. But they behind closed doors or in their head, they're like, oh, he looked at me. Doesn't take away from them. It doesn't hurt them. Or is it tsundere? It's one of the two. I can't remember. It's one or the other one. These are stereotypes that are depicted in anime constantly. And nothing takes away from them. That's actually character development. And just because you have a strong female character who is sexy and stuff that comes out of straight, that's not going out of your way to be like, oh, they're catering to the straights, the incels. No. If they made her lesbian, nobody would care either, but you guys would just be able to stroke your minge to it, because in reality, you're all gay cells. You have to have it your way, and if you don't get it your way, you tell people to go off themselves. And you say things like, ooh, you start attacking, you start telling them to delete it, you start demanding that they change it for your own satisfaction. That's because you guys are the ones sick in the head that can't stand the fact that something doesn't fall into your little narrative, your little holes, your little ways of categorizing the world, because in reality, you're kind of homophobic and bigoted, because if somebody has maybe some character traits that follow a certain narrative, but they don't follow that narrative, you immediately start attacking them and berating them and calling them names and saying you're hateful and awful and you're only catering to the incels. This is a good depiction of how they actually view the world and who these people truly are. They're sick, disgusting, and they're the most bigoted individuals on the face of the planet. But I'm going to leave it there. Let me get your guys' thoughts on all this down in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with friends, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for every time I put out a new video live, guys. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.